8 players will compete to add money to their team bank. The more obscure the answer, the more money they'll make. 7 of them are honest players, but 1 of them is cheating, and their goal is to find the cheater and vote them out of the game. If they can do that, the honest players will split the cash prize. If not, the cheater takes it all for themselves. Welcome to Lie, Cheat, and Steal.
How dare you impugn my fever?
Why didn't you listen to me?
Now let's meet our 8 contestants for tonight. We have Ash, CK, Joe, Bryan, Lydia, Caitlin, Ian, and Langley. And one of them has already been made a cheater. I don't know who the cheater is. The cheater has been selected by Liz. And Liz has a special method of picking a cheater for tonight. She's going to tell us all about that.
Yeah, so how I picked the cheater was I assigned each of you to a cringy memory that I have. And whichever one kept me up the longest is the one who's the cheater.
This game usually does lead to sleepless nights, but not usually before the game. All right, so before we start tonight, I have something to go over here. We've had a pretty bad streak of this game. The last 6 weeks, let's take a look at who's won. Joe won 42-08 as the cheater. Jared won 60-22 as the cheater the week before that. Amy won 29-54 as the cheater the week before that. Aza won 46-08 as the cheater the week before that. Nadia won 40-62 as the cheater the week before that. And before that, Susan won 42-42 as the cheater. It has been 7 weeks since an honest player has won this game, and we're going to keep that going until we get an honest player to walk away with some money. Hopefully it'll be tonight. Find the cheater before the cheater takes all the money. Let's play our first 2 questions.
It makes me really disappointed that I'm not the cheater.
As usual, the order you're playing in was randomly selected before the show. Ash has good or bad luck depending on how you view it. He is first again tonight. Here's our first question. Name the 10 most consumed types of seafood in the United States. So the number 1 answer is worth 50 cents. That is the most consumed type of seafood, all the way down to number 10 for $5. The first person who can give me a number 10 answer tonight will not only add the money to the bank, they will get immunity through that round of voting. So that's why the green there, keep that in mind. And at the end of the 30 seconds, I'm going to go to Ash for his answer. Say as much or as little as you like, and go.
I only buy tuna that has dolphin in it.
Me too. But shrimp comes on everything. Salmon comes on everything. Calamari, octopus, whatever, is getting pretty popular. I don't know if it's falling off, but it's been holding there.
Lobster.
Lobster,
Anchovies?
Crab.
I really hope anchovies on.
Crab and imitation crab. No, I'm just kidding.
And there's time. We're going to start with Ash.
All right, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to see if it's on there because I think maybe it might be more than worth 50 cents. Calamari / octopus.
It is, in fact, getting more popular, but not top 10 popular. I'm sorry.
Dang.
CK.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Because mine was more obscure than that, but I guess I'll go safer and say scallops.
Scallops do not make the top 10.
Really?
What?
Hmm?
Yep.
I have the list.
There's a lot of fish out there. Joe.
Yeah, but
I don't know much about fish and stuff, so I'm gonna just say salmon.
There you go. Number 2, salmon. $1. Bryan.
I normally try to get the obscure ones, but I want to see if I can guess the most common one, and I'm saying cod.
Number 6, cod. $3. So you made some money despite your best intentions.
Backfired.
Lydia.
Let's just go with lobster.
A little too rich for the top 10's blood. No, lobster doesn't make it.
wow.
Caitlin.
There's an entire chain on it.
You're right. That's what I was thinking.
I'll say crab. A shellfish has to be on there.
Crab is number 8 for $4. Very good. Ian.
I just love it, so I'm gonna say it's shrimp.
Yeah, number 1, shrimp, most popular seafood in
what?
the U.S. And
That's
finally,
what
Langley.
Well, let's see. There's 2 more that are more obscure than crab. So, whiting?
No, that doesn't make the board. I'm sorry. We'll go over the other ones here.
Can I just guess number 3?
Yeah.
Is it tuna?
Tuna.
Tuna. Yep.
Okay. I thought
Tilapia.
Alaskan pollock, which someone said imitation crab. I believe that's what most imitation crab is made
Yeah.
up of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be on there.
Tilapia,
Tilapia.
Yeah.
catfish.
Catfish.
Really?
Now this one covers a bunch of different kinds of fish, but this is the catch-all name is Pangasius. But $5 answer would have gotten you immunity. Clams.
Oh,
Strong.
Yeah,
Move
but
on to
like
our next.
Lobster to
one
make it.
shrimp is as much as one salmon.
Name any movie starting with these letters that made Collider's 2021 list of 50 essential action movies. D, S, T, M, R, C, B, E, F, G. Just any
Sound like
beginning
me
with those
giving my
letters.
ABCs to a copter in a sobriety test.
After 30 seconds of discussion, we'll go to CK for her answer. Talk it out. Go.
So I don't know if Indiana Jones, it's obviously not an I. So would that be Raiders of the Lost Ark for R, or would that be more like a Rambo kind of thing?
I mean, I was thinking like
Oh,
the
whoa.
Terminator, Mission
Yeah.
Impossible,
Die Hard, Star Wars maybe?
maybe.
Men in Black?
Speed, Fast and
Yeah.
Furious.
Is there a movie that starts with 8, E-I-G-H-T?
8 is enough.
And that is time. That's that great action movie. 8 is enough.
No.
All right, CK, we're going to you for the first answer.
Violent. I'm gonna take a chance that R is Rambo.
Rambo does not make the list, no.
Oh.
Joe.
Really skeptical about this list and how many like older movies might be on it as opposed to newer ones. So I'm gonna guess for F, let's say French Connection.
Yes, very good. French Connection.
Wow.
Also, The Fugitive and Fast 5, the only Fast and Furious movie to make it. Interestingly enough, that Rambo might not have been there because the first one is called First Blood, which also didn't make it. Bryan, you're next.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the B, and I want to see if Bullet is on there.
Bullet does not make the list, no. Lydia.
I'm gonna try G. Great Escape.
Nope. Great Escape is not in the Essential 50. I'm sorry. Caitlin.
I heard someone say Terminator. So, yeah. Terminator?
The Terminator. No.
Oh, well.
Sorry. Ian.
Oh no. I'll say M is Mission Impossible.
You're going with the original?
Oh no.
Oh no, options.
I guess yeah. Let's go with the original.
Mission Impossible does not make it. I'm sorry. Rough round. Langley.
can we try? Let's see.
Oh.
Terminator 2, Judgment
Yeah,
Day.
there you go.
Okay.
Taken, True Lies, Terminator 2, and They Live. $3. for Langley.
Taken. It's
And
all right.
Pat.
I can live with Taken.
Okay.
All right, so this is one of those garbage lists. Maybe
Just
my
because
$1
you guys can't get on the board doesn't mean it's garbage.
for the $1 answer, because this is kind of a garbage list, is Demolition Man on there?
You have a $1 answer beginning with D, and it's an action movie, and you go for it, and you don't say Die Hard.
Yeah.
Demolition Man is not on the board. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot Die Hard existed.
We'll go over the answers here. Die Hard.
Look, it's been a really rough week.
Okay. Seven Samurai,
Wow.
Speed, Shaft, Star Wars, Starship Troopers, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, I heard Star Wars said.
Men in Black?
The Matrix, Mad Max Fury Road, Magnificent Seven, Fallout was the Mission Impossible. Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Raid, RoboCop, and The Rock. Con Air and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Back to the Future?
Big
No.
Trouble in Little China, Born Supremacy, Bad Boys 2.
This list does
Enter the
suck.
Dragon and Escape from New York. $10. G, this is a pretty tough one.
Gladiator?
The General and Godzilla.
I would have said Gladiator
Godzilla.
too.
All right, so after the first round, we had a bit of a slow start, but that's okay. Plenty of game to play.
Is there?
2050. If you fail to vote out the cheater in this first round, you're going to lose half of that. Here are your scores for the first round. Before we vote, Liz has a fact about our cheater tonight that she has uncovered. Liz, go ahead and tell us.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know how relevant this is going to be, but the cheater was born wearing flip-flops.
So the cheater is one of you or Jimmy Buffett. No one has immunity. All 8 of you are vulnerable. All 8 of you need to please send me your votes. All right, all the votes are in. Let's see how we land after round 1. 8 players with 8 votes, no immunity. Ash, we'll start with you. Who do you think the cheater is?
I literally said Joe or whomever. I don't know, with the shrug emoji.
Well, Joe was the only name of that, so it's for Joe. CK.
I said Caitlin, just strictly from the clue that we were given. So.
One for Joe, one for Caitlin. Joe.
I'm confused.
Oh, this is fair because I voted for Ash.
One for Joe, one for Caitlin, one for Ash. Bryan.
I voted for Ian because I feel pretty sure he's going to vote for me. But if Ian doesn't vote for me, then I'll vote for Lydia next round.
That is a really weird promise to turn 2 players against you already. Lydia, what do you think?
I voted for Joe.
2 votes for Joe. Caitlin.
I voted for Ash.
2 for Ash, 2 for Joe. Ian.
I mean, I had to make sure that Bryan wouldn't vote for me next time, so I voted for Ash.
See? Told you I'd be out in round 1.
That is 3 votes for Ash. If Langley's vote is not for Joe, Ash will be leaving the game first. Langley, who'd you vote for?
It's not. It's CK, and only because of the score and no other reason.
That means with 3 votes, Ash, you are the first player voted out of the game. I'm sorry. Now we have to know, were you the cheater?
Nope. Yes, with my whole $0, I was the cheater.
Not the cheater. 10-25 in the bank. 7 players left. One of them is the cheater. Hopefully they can find the cheater when we come back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We've got 7 players left. They voted out an honest player, so the bank is down to just 10-25. But they're ready to start building it up again. Before we go to our next question, we'll talk about your rollover. Each of you has 1 rollover to use over the course of the game. That's the R under your name there. If you don't know an answer and think another teammate does, or you want to put somebody on the spot, use your rollover, pass your turn to them. Comes the first question of round 2. Name the top 10 Alan Rickman performances of all time according to Screen Rant. I just need the name of the movie. That immunity is still in place if you get the $5 answer. 30 seconds to talk it out, and we'll go to Joe for his answer. Go.
Potter has to be on there. Alan Rickman.
Oh, yeah, Harry Potter, Die Hard. Sense and Sensibility. Maybe.
That
It's kind of
movie that my mom loves. Maybe.
Galaxy
According to
He's
Screen.
been in more than 1 Harry Potter movie, so I'd say whatever. Just start naming them.
Okay, and that's time. We'll start with Joe.
I've got 2 that I'm between, so I will say Galaxy Quest.
There you go. Galaxy Quest, number 4, $2.
Fine.
Oh.
Love that movie.
Great movie. Bryan.
First thing I ever saw him in was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and I just want to know.
And he was fantastic in it.
Hell yeah.
350, number 7. Very good.
Wow.
Okay, Lydia.
I think it was Pride and Prejudice. That he played Colonel Brandon.
Pride and Prejudice does not make the top 10. I'm sorry. Caitlin.
Well, I don't know which Harry Potter it would be since there's like a bunch of them, but I'll say it's Love Actually.
Yeah. Love Actually is number 9. Very good. 450.
Everybody's stealing mine.
Ian.
First of all, just want to say my dad went to school with Alan Rickman, which is just a fun fact.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I'm gonna pick one of my favorite books, even though I think the movie received mixed reviews, but Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I enjoyed that movie. It did not make
Nice.
the top 10. I thought it should have, but no, it didn't make it.
Oh,
His performance was so good.
It was really good. That's why I thought maybe.
Yeah, he was great in that. Langley.
Right.
I'm desperate, and since this is according to Screen Rant, as opposed to people with good taste, and I assume. Now look, I like this movie, and it's wonderful, and he's great in it. But I'm shocked no one actually went with this because it's the only movie that most people know him from, which is Die Hard. So, but I expect that to be really low on the
Yeah,
list.
number 2, $1, Die Hard. CK.
What if I just say Harry Potter? Is that enough?
Yeah, they lumped all the Harry Potter together at number 1.
Of course they did.
On the pick.
Well, I mean, otherwise you'd have 7 of the answers be Harry Potter movies. They'd just be saying, name the 7 Harry Potter movies.
It probably
half
All
of
right.
it.
It's supposed to be the greatest.
Oh,
So.
was
He wasn't in all of them. Okay.
was Dogma on the list? That was the other one I was going to say.
Which one?
Dogma.
Yes, Dogma would have been number 5.
Wait a minute.
It's a great movie.
Go over the other answers here. Sense and Sensibility. I think you said that originally and then switched to Pride and Prejudice. Yeah. Something the Lord Made, a little more obscure there.
Oh, that was the movie I was trying to think of. That was the HBO thing that he did.
Yeah,
right?
Truly, Madly, Deeply.
Oh.
And $5 answer would have gotten you the immunity. He played the villain in Sweeney Todd.
Oh.
I just talked about
We were
that.
talking about this yesterday.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So that immunity is going to carry you once
point.
again.
Oh, well.
What did these people, places, and things change their names to? Okay, the original name or an older name, and they all change their name to something different. Peter's Submarine Sandwiches, Auction Web, Saigon, The Babysitter Murders, Everybody Comes to Rick's, Brad's Drink, Southern Rhodesia, Musical.ly, Girls Time, and These Friends of Mine. You have 30 seconds to talk it out. We'll come to Bryan for the first answer. Go.
Musically is the only one I know, and that would be TikTok.
Oh.
I think Auction Web would be eBay, probably.
My god.
Yeah.
Peter's Subs, pretty sure it's Subway. Saigon, I think.
Everybody Comes to Rick's, and is there any chance that's Casablanca?
Yep. I think the Girls' Time might be Spice Girls, but
That's what I was.
don't quote me on that.
Time. Bryan.
These Friends of Mine is the Ellen Show.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you didn't give it away there. That is number 10, the Ellen
Stole it,
sitcom.
Bryan.
That is correct. $10. Very good. And you have immunity through this round, Bryan.
Thank you.
Lydia.
Congratulations.
Well, let's try Girls' Time for Spice Girls.
I see why you would think that because they have, spices, but it's not the Spice Girls.
All right.
No. Caitlin.
I'm gonna take Musically and say TikTok.
Yes, TikTok. Very good. $8.
How do you know that?
I've actually used Musically.
Oh, okay.
Since I'm pretty sure the Babysitter Murders are not the Salem Witch Trials, I'm going to say that Auction Web is eBay.
Probably the safer choice. Auction Web is, in fact, eBay. Yes. Langley.
Everybody Comes to Rick's is the play that became Casablanca.
That is correct, and it was the working title of the movie, but they changed it. 5 for you, CK.
I thought Girls Town was gonna be Spice Girls too. I guess I'll just do Subway for number 1. Hope that's
Actually,
right.
Quiznos. No, kidding. It is Subway, yeah.
I was gonna say Penn Station. Oh.
And finally, Joe.
And everybody stole my answers, starting with Bryan. Southern, no, never mind, I'm not gonna try it. Is Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City?
Yep. Saigon became Ho Chi Minh City, $3. I'll go over the other ones here. Babysitter Murders was the original title of the movie Halloween. Brad's drink was Pepsi. Southern Rhodesia was Zimbabwe. And does anyone know this one? Girls Time was the original name of Destiny's Child.
Ah, okay.
So I will tally up the bank for the round and your individual scores. If anyone would like to make an accusation, you can start doing that now.
I promised to vote for Lydia, and I'm a man of my word, but I doubt she's a cheater.
Lydia, that's sort of kind of an accusation if you would like to defend yourself.
I have 0 points, and I am not the one who knew that these friends of mine was the Ellen sitcom.
75 in the bank. We had a pretty good round. Here are your individual scores. And keep
Okay,
in
but
mind,
also
Bryan has immunity. Liz, do we have another cheater fact?
Yeah. This one's kind of weird, but so the cheater won both Homecoming King and Queen, despite only getting 1 vote total.
Okay. So
How'd you know I was homeschooled?
So keep in mind that Bryan cannot be voted out this round, but everyone else is vulnerable. So I need the 7 of you to please lock in your votes now. All the votes are in. Time to see where they fall. See who you think the cheater is. Bryan, we know you are safe. So we start with you. Who did you vote?
I voted for Lydia.
1 vote for Lydia. What a surprise. Lydia, what do you think?
I voted for Caitlin because she's been pulling in some numbers.
Okay. 1 for Lydia, 1 for Caitlin. Caitlin.
I voted for CK just because she voted for me last time. Based on nothing else other than that.
One way to do it. CK.
Well, I'm still stuck on the very first clue. I'm pretty sure Caitlin was born with flip-flops, so I voted for her again.
2 votes for Caitlin. Langley.
I voted for Ian strictly because I had to vote for somebody. So
Okay.
All right, that is 2 for Caitlin, 1 for CK, 1 for Ian, 1 for Lydia. Ian, what do you think?
I just picked this at random and now I feel terrible. I voted Caitlin.
That is 3 for Caitlin, and we'll confirm Joe also voted for Caitlin. 4 votes for Caitlin. And I'm sorry, you've been voted out of the game. And now we have to know, it's the moment of truth. Caitlin, were you the cheater?
I'm going to say this. I know Musically became TikTok. That's the one I knew. And also, I was the cheater. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
He was the cheater. Nicely done, players. All the money stays in the bank.
Wow.
When we come back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal, we're going to have a new cheater. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Our players found the cheater before the last break. Caitlin is out of the game, and the whole 50-75 remains in the bank. Liz, you have chosen a new cheater, and you had a new way of doing so?
Yeah, sabotage.
That is the best way to do it, I'm told. All right. So one of these 6 players is our new cheater, and let's find out who as we play our next 2 questions. I'm going to go to our answer board here. I'm going to give you a question and 20 possible answers. 10 of them are right, 10 of them are wrong, and the more obscure the answer, the more money it's worth. Which of these people have guest hosted Saturday Night Live? Dave Barry, Ralph Nader, Chesley Sully Sullenberger, Oprah Winfrey, Tammy Faye Baker, Rudy Giuliani, Ed Koch, Bill Maher, Geraldo Rivera, Ray Charles, George Steinbrenner, Bernard Goetz, Brian Williams, John Madden, Pat Nixon, O.J. Simpson, Jenny McCarthy, Ron Reagan, John Bobbitt, and Larry King. 10 of these have actually hosted Saturday Night Live. 10 have thankfully not. 30 seconds to talk it out before we go to Lydia for the first answer. Go.
So is that Ron Reagan, like Junior? Like
Yeah, that's Ronald Reagan's son, Ron.
Okay.
So I'm pretty positive Giuliani and O.J. Simpson are both hosted. Those are the only two I know for sure.
Steinbrenner definitely did.
Steinbrenner.
Yeah. I have a question. You mean they're the host, not the musical guest, right?
Right, the actual host of the show.
Okay. Okay. Good. All right.
And that's time. So we are going to go to Lydia for the first answer.
I know for sure Rudy Giuliani hosted.
Let's light it up and see. Yeah, Rudy Giuliani, most obvious answer. 50 cents for you. Very, very bad. Ian.
I just want to say, because Langley mentioned it, I now can't stop thinking of Larry King being the musical guest. I just really love that image, and I just wasn't sure.
He only sang in hieroglyphs.
But I don't know how many points it'll get me, but I'm pretty positive O.J. Simpson hosted.
O.J. Simpson. 250, very good. Pre-murder.
Right.
It's the most famous thing that he's ever done.
That was the end of his career.
And that's the end of
Saturday
it.
Night Live, yeah. If the host doesn't quit, never mind. Langley.
Oh wow. Well, I know this one because I remember seeing it and it was not funny. I believe that Ralph Nader hosted.
Ralph Nader. Yeah, there were two other hosts competing and he ruined it for both of them. Ralph Nader, 450.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed.
CK.
Langley took my answer.
Oh, sorry.
But that's cool. I mean, we're all in the same pot here. So I think Ron Reagan did host. I'm going to say Ron Reagan.
Ron Reagan. Yep, he did. Very good. $4. Joe.
I'm surprised there's still one on the list that I knew. Someone already said George Steinbrenner.
George Steinbrenner. Not Larry David as George Steinbrenner. Yes, he did. 150.
That would be great.
Yes. That whole... And finally, Bryan. See if we can go 6 for 6.
Well, the ones I knew for sure are taken. I'm going long. John Bobbitt.
John Bobbitt did not go long.
You see what?
No, did not.
No, John Bobbitt did not host Saturday Night Live, thankfully.
Oh,
It's cut short.
Sure.
yeah.
All right, let's see who did. Oprah.
Wow.
I think John Madden did.
John Madden. Yeah, there you go. That's a $5 answer.
You did,
John
no, dude, are you serious?
Really? Wow.
Brian
Because I saw
Williams.
that answer
And he
pop
was
up.
actually pretty good.
Oh.
I think Larry King did too.
Larry King did not. The
No?
other two
Oh,
are
that's-
Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Knew that one.
And there were
Ed
actually
Koch?
2 New York City mayors who
Yeah.
did. Ed Koch also did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that one.
That was the other one I was going to
New York
guess.
City mayors must have great comedic timing. They do not.
Like,
You
no,
have
dude.
such a short commute to the studio.
Yes, it is a very short commute.
Himself and
What do
every
you
sketch.
call the babies of these animals? Like what you'd call officially their offspring, not like they named it Jim.
Oh, they're so cute. That's what I call them.
Kangaroo, fly, panda, oyster, seal, monkey, ant, pigeon, cicada, and jellyfish. Before we go to Ian for the first answer, 30 seconds to talk it out. Go.
A loss of my freedom.
18 years worth of.
I know one of these that's really, really obscure, but part of me doesn't want to say anything because then I'll lose it. But But then I
That
want to
was a
make sure.
helpful 30 seconds we had there. Ian.
Sorry.
I wish I could go higher, but I'm pretty sure that a baby seal is a seal pup.
Yeah, a seal pup. Very good. $5.
Good one.
Langley, see if you have that high one.
It's not that high. I think a baby ant is called an antling, and I only know that because of the horticulture high school that I went to, but I'm not certain. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
That's right.
Wait, guys.
Okay.
This is probably too generic, but I keep thinking that cicada is a nymph.
Cicada is a nymph.
Oh,
Very
wow.
good. $9. Now your cicadas. Joe.
Wow, you all know these better than I do. I'll say panda is a cub.
Yeah. Panda cub, $3. Bryan.
Colin, a baby pigeon is a squab.
A squab or a
Oh, wow.
squeaker? Yeah.
And it also costs $50 or more at
$50.
expensive ass restaurants.
It's a very.
Wow.
I don't want to know who's eating pigeons, so we're just going to go to Lydia.
Lots of people.
Well, the highest that I know now is big fly is a maggot.
That is correct. Maggot, $2. Very good question. We'll go over the answers we didn't get. Kangaroo is, of course, a joey. Oyster is a spat.
Spat.
The monkey is an infant. And $10 jellyfish. If anyone would have gotten this, they probably would have gotten voted out.
Tuckers.
Fina.
Oh, wow.
I will tally up the bank for the round if you guys want to start making accusations. Remember, the cheater has only been cheating for these 2 questions.
I'm suspicious of everybody now after that round.
All right, so we had a pretty good round there. We are up to 97.75. So we're doing pretty well, but if you fail to vote at the cheater, I'm cutting that in half. So keep the cheater in the game, your bank can keep building. Here are your scores for the round. Now remember, the cheater has only been cheating for this round. Would anyone like to throw out any accusations now that we can see the scores?
I think Joe has been acting like somebody who has not been looking at the answers, which makes him the cheater.
I just want to say for the record, I will never vote for Joe again as long as I live. I regret it so much from the last time I did it. It
Joe,
will
would you like to
literally
defend
never
yourself and
happen
accuse
again.
somebody?
Well, I mean, there were so many good answers in that last round, and I did not have any of them. So, not that that means anything, but I'm suspicious of a couple people, not me.
Do you want to announce any or just keep it to yourself?
I already got voted out, Joe.
Well,
Jeez, what the hell?
CK is probably the easy answer because that was the $9. So,
Okay. CK, you've been accused of knowing your nymphs too well. What do you have to say?
I just want to say that last week I was looking up cicadas and the life of, and because we have them out here, you know, so I was showing people at work the life cycle of the cicada, and that's how I knew what a nymph was. But
CK, do you think you know who it is?
nope, I have no idea, but it's
Okay.
not.
All right, so we're going to have Liz read one more cheater fact.
Yeah, so this isn't so much a cheater fact as much as a revelation, but the cheater, unbeknownst to them, has been and still is a cult leader.
Okay. I need the 6 of you to please lock in your votes. All right, the votes are in. Let's see what we've decided. The cheater has only been cheating for 1 round. And let's start with Lydia.
I said Bryan because I'm a vindictive bee.
1 for Bryan. Bryan, what do you think?
I said CK.
1 for Bryan, 1 for CK. CK.
I said Joe.
1 for CK, 1 for Bryan, 1 for Joe. Joe.
I feel okay about this now for saying CK.
2 votes for CK. If she gets 1 more, she's out. Ian.
I said Lydia.
One vote for Lydia. Okay, it all comes down to Langley's vote. Langley, who do you think the cheater is?
I said Lydia.
Lydia, which means
Oh.
2 votes for Lydia, 2 votes for CK, and we have a tie. Your money's been cut in half because you failed to vote out the cheater. I need all 6 of you to please DM Liz, the name of the contestant you would like to send home. Does not need to be one of our 2 tied players. It can be anybody, but cheater, only your vote will count. The votes are in and the cheater has ruled. Time to see which of you is going to be leaving the game. Okay, so 6 players. If I click on your name, it turns green like this. You're safe. If it's red, we know you're an honest player because it means the cheater has picked you off and you're out of the game. We'll start with Ian. Ian, you are safe. You're on to the next round. Joe. Joe, you're safe. Going with the board here. CK. CK, you are safe. Langley, Lydia, Bryan, one of you. Langley. You're safe.
Okay.
Lydia, Bryan, down to you too. Let's see. Lydia, you are safe, which means that Bryan, I'm sorry, the cheater has picked you, and your game is over. We know you weren't the cheater. 5 players remain. One of them is a cheater. Hopefully they can find the cheater when we come back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We started with 8. We're down to 5 players. They have 48.87 in the bank. Another honest player left us after last round, so we're down to 5. See if we can find the cheater with our next 2 questions.
Another honest player. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
Name the 10 female tennis players with the most Grand Slam wins. And you're going to have 30 seconds to talk it out. Go.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were.
I am not a big Martina Navratilova.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena and Venus Williams, right?
See, part of me wants to just say like famous female tennis names, but I don't know if they've won Grand Slams or not. So coolest on that.
Steffi Graf would be pretty high.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
Oh,
Ian, you get to go first.
I don't know. I'll just say the most famous, Serena Williams.
Yeah, Serena Williams is number 2, $1. Langley.
Wow, 23. Okay. The oldest tennis name that I know, but I honestly don't know. Billie Jean King.
Yeah, Billie Jean King is number 7.
Okay.
CK.
I'm just gonna play it safe and say Martina Navratilova.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Martina Navratilova is number 5. That is okay. Go.
There's a few I'm thinking of. Martina Hingis.
She does not make the top 10, no. And Lydia.
Steffi Graf.
Yeah, Steffi Graf is number 3, 150. 22. Go over the other ones here.
Is Chris Everett on there, I wonder?
Margaret Court has the most. Helen Willis Moody. Chris Everett.
Chris Everett. Okay. The only other one.
Monica Seles. Maureen Connolly. And then there's a tie with 8 apiece. It's Suzanne Langland and Mala Mallory. There we go. Moving on to our next question. Name the 10 greatest protest songs of all time, according to a Rolling Stone readers poll. Bob Dylan, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Buffalo Springfield, Dylan Again, Barry McGuire, Rage Against the Machine, another Dylan, Creedence Clearwater Revival, one more Bob Dylan, and Country Joe and the Fish. 30 seconds to talk it out, then we'll go to Langley for his first answer. Go.
Something tells me that Bob Dylan likes to protest a lot, huh?
What was the one by CCR? It's the Some Kind of Son. I'm the Fortunate Son, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Different one.
Buffalo Springfield was something along the lines of the, what's that sound? What's going around?
Oh, yeah.
What's that called?
For what it's worth.
For what it's worth.
Okay, so
Yeah.
What it's worth, okay.
I know the Rage Against the Machine one, I think.
Time. Langley, you're first.
I'm going to go with the Rage Against the Machine one in the hopes that someone else could get the only other one that I know on this list. So I think Rage Against the Machine is Killing in the Name.
No.
Killing in the Name. There you go. $6. Very good.
Okay.
You're all the same team.
I know, but that was
TK,
like
you're
the only one I knew.
What's the one where they say put your hands in the air like you just don't care? That must be number one.
I'm gonna guess that CCR is The Fortunate Son.
Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Yes.
Good.
$8. Joe.
I will guess a Dylan song. Hope it's one of them on here. The Times They Are Changing.
Number 4 is Times They Are Changing. $4.
Okay.
And Lydia.
Well, Buffalo Springfield, for what it's worth, got thrown out. So let's go with that one.
Yes, For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield. $3. And finally, Ian.
That was the last one that I had like the potential to guess.
Give me
So
your
I'm
favorite
thinking-
Country Joe and the Fish song.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I got to go with Country Joe and the Fish and their famous protest song YMCA.
That great protest song, YMCA, stands for
Yeah.
Your Mackerel Catching Again. No,
What
that
was
is not.
protesting in that one again?
Gym memberships?
That's fair. That needs to be
That's an important thing to protest. They're a knockoff.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll go over the other answers. Masters of War by Dylan.
Ohio.
Ohio by CSNY. Eve of Destruction by Bob McGuire. Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. Hurricane by Bob Dylan. And Country Joe and the
I heard of
Fish.
that one.
I Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die, Rag.
What? Yeah.
I've never even
I
heard of
haven't.
that group.
I did not know that song either, but apparently the Rolling Stone readers love it. So after that round, we're up to 78-37. But if you can't catch the cheat, that's getting cut in half. Here are your scores for the round. Would anyone like to make an accusation now that you can see the scores? The red line is where the cheater started. Okay, Liz, would you like to read a cheater fact again?
Yeah. The cheater was born destined to make a robot feel love.
Okay. Keep that in mind, and the 5 of you go ahead and cast your votes. Votes have been cast. Time to see what the 5 of you think. CK, Joe, Lydia, Ian, Langley. Let's see. We're going to start with Langley.
Well, I picked Lydia based only on math and math alone. That was the only reason.
Math and math alone. Ian.
I also said Lydia.
Okay, if she gets one more, she's out. Lydia.
5 for Lydia. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I voted for CK.
2 for Lydia, 1 for CK. Joe.
Oh boy, I also voted for CK again.
2 for Lydia, 2 for CK. It all comes down to CK's vote. CK, what do you think?
I voted for Joe. He's pretty sketchy.
2 for Lydia, 2 for CK, 1 for Joe. We have another tie. You have failed to vote out the cheater. Your money's been cut in half to 39.18. And I need the 5 of you to please send Liz the name of the player you would like to send home. Does not need to be one of our tied players. Can be anybody. Only the cheater's vote counts. Time to see which of the 5 players it's going to be. Let's start with our 2 tied players. Lydia, you were safe. You're on to the next round. CK, also safe. All right, so one of our 3 guys is going to be going home. Langley, Joe, Ian. Start with Joe. Joe, I'm sorry, the cheater has chosen you. Your game is over. We know you weren't the cheater. Hopefully you can come back and earn some money at the end of the game. 4 players left. The cheater has broken 2 ties in a row, but when we come back, they're going to get to give 2 answers for every question. Hopefully you can help them find out who the cheater is. We'll be right back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 4 players left, 39-18 to the bank. We have had back-to-back ties, so they haven't had too much luck knocking the cheater out recently, but hopefully they can do it this round. Everyone will get to give 2 answers to every question here. Okay, name these fairy tales by their alternate morals. Most fairy tales have a moral at the end, but these are some other ones you might learn from them. If you're going to dress as someone's grandmother, put a bit more work into your costume. Cast not your housing materials before swine. If a man claims he's selling magic beans, buy them. They could be real. If you're going to swindle a king out of town before he walks naked in a parade, get to first base with every amphibian just in case. If you're going to keep a hostage, give them frequent haircuts. If you're going to curse a king's baby, make sure everyone is given their magical blessing first. When abandoning children in the woods, empty their pockets first. Don't marry someone with a secret room in their house. And if you want to keep a secret, don't sing a song that includes said secret. 30 seconds to talk it out. We're going to go to CK for her first answer after that. Go.
You know, I know pretty much all of these except for like the top 2. I don't know those, but I know there's going to be, of course, you got Red Riding Hood, and you've got the 3 Little Pigs, and you've got the Jack and the Beanstalk, and you've got the Emperor's Clothes. You got the Princess and the Frog. Rapunzel, I think, would be the haircut one.
And we're going to start with CK.
I'm going to start with the $4 answer and say that's Hansel and Gretel.
Very good. Hansel and Gretel, $4. They famously took the breadcrumbs into the woods and found their way back home. Lydia.
$3 answer is Rapunzel.
Yes. People climb up another tower by her long hair. Yeah. Great COVID story. Ian.
Okay, so I was thinking that the $5 answer is literally every Disney movie, but I'm actually pretty sure it's Rumpelstiltskin.
That is correct, Rumpelstiltskin, because he dares her to figure out his name, and then he sings a song when she's walking by his house.
Yeah, dance around the campfire.
Yep. Yeah.
Nice job.
Very good. Langley.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer. But I think if you're going to curse a king's baby, make sure everyone has given their blessing first. I think that's Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, the evil fairy who was Maleficent in the Disney version cursed the baby, but then there was still one blessing left, so it kind of got softened a bit. 350. Okay, back to CK.
I'm going to be so upset when I figure out what the 450 answer is, but let's just go with the 250 and say that is the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, that's the Disney version of it, the Frog Prince.
Frog Prince, yeah.
Lydia.
$2 is the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yep, the Emperor's New Clothes. Very good. Ian.
Yeah, that 451 is killer. I just keep thinking of a Telltale Heart. But the $1.50 is Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk, very good. And finally, Langley.
The only thing that I can think of for that 451 is Jane Eyre, but that's not a fairy tale, so I'm gonna have to go with because it's the highest one. Cast not your housing materials before swine. Is that the 3 Little Pigs?
3 Little Pigs, very good. 8 for 8 on that board. We'll go over the other 2. I heard this one said, obviously, Red Riding Hood. Does anyone know 450?
Is it Narnia?
Not Narnia. Bluebeard.
Secret.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know that one.
He tells her, hey, don't go in my secret room, and then she goes in his secret room and finds all his dead wives.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Name the 10 most populous cities in the United States that begin with the letters S-A-N. Just ranked from 1 to 10. 30 seconds to talk it out, and then we'll go to Lydia for her first answer. Go.
San Dimas. No.
San Diego.
San Antonio, San Francisco, San Andreas. Did I already say that? Yeah.
What about
San
Santa Clarita? Santa Fe?
San Luis Obispo, but I don't think it's populous. I just know it, but
And there's our clock, Lydia.
San Diego.
San Diego is number 2, $2.
I'll say San Antonio.
That's number 1.
Really?
Yep.
wow.
Very popular.
Wait, how does that work? Oh, it is?
It has the most people. Yep. Langley.
More so than San Francisco?
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, San Francisco, there might have been a time it was higher, but it's actually number 4.
Wow.
Huh.
Yep. CK.
Santa Clarita?
Santa Clarita, famous for the Netflix show, number 7. Very good.
Wow.
Back to Lydia.
Santa Cruz. I don't know.
Santa Cruz, good guess, but it does not make the top 10. Ian.
San Andreas?
San Andreas, nope, not the top 10. Langley.
You know, what the hell? San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, San Luis Obispo does not make the top 10.
Yeah, I don't figure, but it's the only one that can come
And
to mind.
back to CK for the last answer.
San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley, no, it does not make the top 10. All right, quick spoiler here. All of the answers but 1 and 10 are in California, which isn't too surprising. San Jose, Santa Ana, San Bernardino,
Oh, yeah.
Santa Rosa, Santa Clara, and this one I would not think you would have gotten. Sandy Springs.
Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
Stupid.
So even Santa Fe didn't make the list. So you're up to a total of 75-68, so not bad. But if you can't vote the cheater out, it's going to be cut in half once again. Here are your scores. Would anyone like to make an accusation? Cheater has been cheating since round 3. Pretty quiet. Remember, you've tied 2 rounds in a row, so you might want to find somebody. Who are we not going to take into the final round? Liz, we have another fact?
Oh, yeah. They one time the cheater dropped toast jelly side down and liked it, so they just do that now.
CK, Lydia, Ian, Langley, lock in your votes. Votes are in. Time to see who will not be joining us in the final round for all the money. Lydia, CK, Ian, Langley, let's see how you voted. We're going to start with Lydia.
I voted for Langley this time.
1 for Langley. CK.
Just solely based on a clue, I voted for Langley.
2 for Langley. 1 more and he's gone. Ian, is it going to be 3 for 3?
I voted for someone with an L name. That was
Lydia, 2 for Langley,
wow.
1 for Lydia. Langley, what do you say?
I voted for Lydia, and this time it's because I think she actually is the cheater.
2 for Langley, 2 for Lydia. Congratulations. That is a hat trick. We have 3 rounds in a row with a tie, which means you have lost half your money. I need the cheater to send Liz the name of the player they want to send home. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Tie Break. We have our 3rd in a row about to be broken here. All right, let's see who the cheater gets to pick off this time. Lydia, Ian, CK, Langley. Let's see who it's going to be. Lydia. Dave. Ian. Ian, this time it's you. I'm sorry. The cheater has picked you. Your game is over. We know you weren't the cheater, as have every player who's been voted out by a tiebreak. When we come back, Lydia, CK, and Langley are going to fight for all the money in that bank. Hopefully they can find the cheater and win it all. We'll be right back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We have our final 3. It's Langley, CK, and Lydia. They've got 37.84 in the bank. They have not been able to find the cheater for the last few rounds. They've tied 3 in a row. Let's see if in this final round they can spot the cheater.
This is
So
so
here's
hard.
how our final round is going to work. If the two honest players can spot the cheater, they are going to win that entire bank and split it 50-50. If they fail to knock out the cheater, your money's halved once again. Your fate is in the audience's hands, and they get to decide who the winner is. You don't want that. You want to be able to control your own destiny in this game. Let's play our final two questions. All three of you have your rollover left, so keep that in mind. You can pass your turn to another player if you think they know it better than you do, or if you want to put them on the spot. Name the game show hosts these facts are about. Beat up Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore, the Guinness World Record holder for most episodes hosted of a single game show. Shares his name with a Boogie Nights and Ted actor. Has a famous probability puzzle named after him. Talked openly about his struggles with OCD after hosting a messy Nickelodeon game show. Hosted a late night talk show on CBS from 1989 to 1990. Became one of Christopher Guest's frequent collaborators after he directed her in a Frosted Flakes commercial. The only Oscar-winning actor to host an American game show. Wrote the 1962 hit Palisades Park. And the Price is Right producers wanted him to host so badly when Bob Barker retired that they offered to move the show to New York City, but he refused because it would put people out of work. You're going to have 30 seconds to talk it out. When that time runs out, we will go to Langley for his first answer. 30 seconds and go.
Well, Happy Gilmore was Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's is that Pat Sajak for the second one, maybe? I don't know. $1.
No, Pat
No?
Sajak, I think, is the CBS talk show from 89 to 90, I think.
Really?
Go back. Go back.
Yep, it was horrible.
Good.
I,
Sorry, that was so aggressive.
Ian, you've been voted out. No comments on
I'm sorry. I
So
hate Pat
aggressive.
Sajak so much.
He's not even
I
the worst
agree.
Wheel of Fortune host. Chuck Woolery is like a literal Nazi.
oh, yeah.
All right, so we're
Forgot
going to
about that.
start with Langley.
I think the only reason I know this is because of that stupid movie with that George Clooney made. So I think that wrote the hit song Palisades Park is Chuck Barris.
Chuck Barris, very good.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I believe the movie was Confessions of a Dangerous Mind,
yes.
where he claimed he was a CIA operative who also made game
I
shows.
only know it because of that and the book that it was based off of.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would know something like that.
CK.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Bob Barker for the 50-cent answer and think about the others for a little bit.
Yep, he beat up Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore, 50 cents. Lydia.
Well, I heard somebody say the late night talk show on CBS was Pat Sajak.
It was the Pat Sajak show. Very, very short-lived and very
Ian
not
did it.
It was rough.
We will loop back around to Langley.
Became one of Christopher Guest's frequent collaborators. Oh my God, don't do this to me. Jane, Jesus, no, come on, brain. From Glee, Jane. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself for this. I cannot think of her last name for the life of me. Jane. Can I pick another one then? If
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
fine.
this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
pick another one.
Okay. The OCD game show host is Mark Summers.
That is right. Mark Summers, very good. 250. CK.
I'm just gonna take a guess that the $1 answer is Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek, yep, he broke that record on Jeopardy. I was curious about this too, that why it wasn't Pat Sajak. Jeopardy just tapes more episodes a year than Wheel of Fortune.
Oh.
Yeah. And finally, Lydia.
Feel a little bad because Langley did all the hard work on the 350 answer, but he couldn't remember that her name was Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch, there you go. Hey, you're all on the same team. It's okay. 350. Go over the ones you didn't get. He also got the 450, so pretty good. The Boogie Nights and Ted actor is Mark Wahlberg. The game show host is Mark L. Wahlberg. The probability puzzle is Monty Hall. Or let's make a deal. The only Oscar-winning actor to host an American game show. Jamie Foxx. He hosts.
Oh,
Each
that's
of
right.
them. And the guy the Price is Right producers were going to move the show to New York City for was Tom Bergeron.
Really?
Yeah.
That would have been a good choice.
Yeah, I think it would have been too, but he didn't want to change everyone's life just so he could be more comfortable.
That's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Move on to the final question of the game. You all have your rollovers. Name any band in which you would find these people named Mick.
Oh, God.
Mick Jagger, Mick Fleetwood, two different guys named Mick Jones, Mick Mars, Mick Taylor, Mick Hucknall, Mick Ronson, Mick Thompson, and Mick Ralphs. 30 seconds to talk it over, and then we'll go to CK for her first answer. Final chance to add money to the bank. Go.
I'm just taking that. This is not my strong suit.
I like there's some in the bottom half there that I know just based off, but like I think the highest one I know maybe, but I'm not even sure if I know what band he's from, and it's only because I remember it from college. I think is Mick Thompson, but I have no, yeah. And then there's like Mickey Jones, but I don't know which one is which. He was from.
If you get either Mick Jones, I'll allow it. That's fine if you mix them up because they're the same name. CK, we'll start with you.
Okay, I think Mick Jones or Mickey Jones is from the Monkees.
No, I think you're thinking of Davy Jones, who was in the Monkees.
No, I was thinking of, is there another Mickey in there?
I think there is a Mickey in the Monkees and there's Davy Jones, but there's no Mickey Jones in the Monkees. Sorry.
Oh God, I know I was going to use the thing.
Lydia.
I know that Mick Mars is that little tiny guy in Motley Crue.
That is correct. Motley Crue, $5 to Lydia. Very good. Langley.
Oh, we have to go again, right? After the first time we answer. Okay. Let's just get something on the board. Mick Fleetwood is Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
$2, and we loop around back to CK.
Oh boy. I mean, everybody knows what the dollar answer is, so I feel like this would be a good place to use my rollover. I'm gonna roll it over to Langley.
Okay, Langley, you're on the spot.
I'm gonna take a big risk on this one because I don't know why I know this name. I think it's only because of my roommate in college. Is Mick Thompson from Slipknot?
Mick Thompson, Slipknot. That is correct. $9.
You're shitting me. Oh my
Good use
God.
of the rollover. We're back to Lydia.
Well, Mick Jagger, it's the Rolling Stones.
Yep, there you go. One more $1. And Langley gets to give his regular answer now.
Yeah, can I use a rollover? Because I don't know anymore. After
Who would you like to roll over to?
Lydia?
Okay, back to Lydia.
Well, there's two Mick Joneses. Foreigner.
Mick Jones. Yes. Foreigner. $4. Very good.
Yeah.
Another good use of the rollover. We'll go over the answers we didn't get to here. The other Mick Jones is the one from The Clash. Also a couple other bands. Mick Taylor was also in the Rolling Stones.
Simply Red.
Simply Red. Very good, Mick Hucknall. Mick Ronson was in David Bowie's band, Mott the Hoople, Pure Prairie League, and he played with Lou Reed. And Mick Ralphs for $10. Mott the Hoople again, and Bad Company. All right.
Of course. Mott the Hoople. Everybody knows that.
All right. I will tally up the scores, and we can make our final accusations after that. Liz, if you have one final fact about the cheater, you can go ahead and deal that.
Yeah. One time the cheater got the words hot fuzz shaped to the back of their head.
Got the words what? Hot what?
Hot fuzz.
Like the movie.
Oh, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Not a good tattoo, though. Time for the final round. You have $73.84 in your bank.
Nicely done, y'all.
Players spot the cheater. They're going to split all that money. If not, I cut it in half once more. An honest player leaves, and the audience gets to choose. Let's take a look at your final scoreboard. Keep in mind the red line is where the cheater started. CK, Lydia, Langley, time to debate. Talk it out.
I'm going to say I think it's Lydia. I think that instead of voting me off when we got tied, she voted for someone else to kind of make herself not seem as guilty. But that's as best as I got. So,
Lydia, you've been accused. What do you have to say?
Well, I'm not the cheater, but Langley's been kind of dominating. So, I mean, he could be the cheater. I don't know. CK's also done really well, so she could be the cheater.
I've just narrowed it down to it's either Langley or Lydia. It's somebody whose name starts with an L, I'm pretty sure. So that's who I'm voting for, somebody who starts with an L. So.
Okay, it's time to cast your final votes and see if you can take home that entire bank. Langley, Lydia, CK, lock in your votes. Final three have cast their votes, and it's time to see if the two honest players are going to be taking home that entire bank. Lydia, CK, Langley, 73-84 is on the line if you can spot the cheater. Let's see who you voted for. Lydia, we'll start with you.
I voted for Langley.
One for Langley. CK.
I voted for Lydia.
One for Langley. One for Lydia. Langley, what do you think?
I voted for Lydia.
That is 2 votes for Lydia. Lydia, I'm sorry you've been voted out of the game. Now it's the ultimate moment of truth. We have to know. Lydia, $73.84. Were you the cheater?
You know, Langley's a smart guy. And he's so smart that he spotted my strategy of voting Ian out to throw everybody off the scent. Yes, I was the cheater.
Lydia was the cheater, which means congratulations. CK and Langley, you will split our entire pot of 73.84. That is 36.92 apiece, and I guess it was nice that I said it at the beginning of the game because we have 2 honest players taking home our bank. That's our game. That's Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll see you next time. Lobster's just too expensive to be in the top 10.
Have you tried
some
to
of those
price
surprises.
clams for a clam bake lately? I'd rather go to a lobster bake.
What's the deal with clam bakes?
I'm still confused about the Pepsi answer. I have no idea what that means.
It means it was called Brad's drink and they changed their name to Pepsi.
So you're accusing Brad?
I think Brad is pretty sketchy.
Brad is not the cheater, but he is in fact a bad namer.
Oh.
Bryan, I know what your shirt says, but I keep thinking it says, I work to support my robot abortion.
Me too. Oh my God. That's what yes, thank you. That's why I literally had to ask him what it said. I was like, so I thought
how expensive a robot abortion is?
I can imagine.
I thought it was
Robot
just a
Abortion
suicide
is a
booth,
great
which is
cyber
25
punk
cents.
band.
Yeah, right.
This isn't an accusation, but I like the story of how they named For What It's Worth. It's kind of cool.
How'd they name it?
That it has nothing to do with the song. And when they were pitching it to the record company, they said, here's another song for what it's worth. And they thought that it was the title. So
that's great.
Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yeah, that's a real popular one.
It is here.
Yes, EK. Is it?
Yes, it's where Santa Claus lives.
I thought he lived in Frankenmuth, Michigan, because that's what I always learned growing up.
Did you say Rankin Bass, Michigan?
Frankenmuth.
Oh.
Not Rankin Bass. God damn it, Colin.
I didn't hear what you said, but that would have made sense.
I mean, look, if I bought the town, I would totally rename it to Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass, Michigan.
Oh, dude, 100%. 100%.
You just show Nestor 24 hours a day.
I still have that thing that I sent you where you made me watch that and send you a review. And I still, to this day, I'm not sure if you did that because we're friends or because you secretly hate me.
I said, who wants to join me watching a movie? And you said, sure, I'll watch that one. And now you hate yourself for it.
I was like, well, which one are you not watching? And you were like this. And I was like, cool. Like,
I watched it too. It's bad.
It's
not Santa's Christmas Circus with Wizzo the Clown bad.
I made my mom watch it like a year after that, and I still think she's mad at me because since then she hasn't really been into Christmas as much as she was before she watched that movie. So